have treatments.
Right.
So they should write you one prescription, and you go to the pharmacy and pick it up whenever you can afford it. Period. But instead, you got to keep coming back in. Not for checkups, because you would go back if there was a problem.
Or they could call you. You know, that's one thing that drives me crazy is they'll call my wife and say, oh, you know, we need to read your results of your test, so we need you to come in. How about no, just read them to me over the phone?
Yeah, they want to get you in there and spin you round and round like a used car salesman.
They'll tell you they can't read it over the phone because of HIPAA.
Yeah.
Because they don't know for sure who they're talking to.
Right.
Yeah.
You called my number.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You called my number and I answered and said, yes, this is him.
There should be some reasonableness there.
I don't know. It is pouring outside, guys. I don't mean to interrupt, but it is absolutely pouring here. Where are you, Dina?
Where you at? Where do you live? Where you at?
Where are you located?
I'm originally from Chicago, and we just moved to the Dallas area.
How you like it out there?
Oh, I love it.
My wife is from Chicago.
That's a nice town, but it breaks my heart. But they're kind of going down the route of Detroit.
Oh yeah. My wife's aunt. Let me clarify that. My wife. I keep saying my wife. We've been together 22 years. This August will be 23 years. We are happily unmarried, 2 children. So she's my wife. She was born in Chicago. Her father actually owned a restaurant called Lucky Man, a Polish restaurant.
Oh.
Yep, in Milwaukee and Dowagiac, I believe.
Yeah, and his wife can cook.
Yeah.
Everything I do is good.
Yeah.
What kind of food?
Polish.
Polish?
Yep, she's the first American-born girl in their family, learned how to speak Polish before English. Grandmother and grandfather were, grandmother was captured by Hitler's SS in Germany and was a slave to Hitler himself.
So
Grandfather and them.
What kind of food? She made pancakes with sour cream on it.
It wasn't pancakes. They're called naleśniki.
Whatever. It sounded disgusting to me, but it tasted so good.
Yeah, they are. I call them dirty sneakers. Naleśniki, dirty sneakers.
I'm Bohemian, so it's the same kind of food.
Yeah, absolutely. You probably understand some of the language, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yep. That's funny. Small world.
A big Polish Bohemian community, and, of course, Irish.
Yeah, well. When we were in Long Island, I took her out to Riverhead, which is just a Polish town, and we went out there for some festival. It was really cool, man. I had some good food.
Are you Polish?
Me, no, I'm not Polish. I'm Irish and German. That's why her parents hate me so much. Listen, go ahead.
You guys are in Florida, right?
Yes, we are. I was just going to say that. We're down here in Florida, about 30 miles north of Tampa, Hillsborough County, murder capital of the world.
I used to live in Venice.
Oh, nice. Very nice down there.
I went to Venice High School.
Yeah, it's a nice area. Very nice area down there. Still the same, same crap goes on down there as it does up here.
It's all old people.
Yeah, Spring Hill is the home of the nearly wed and the nearly dead. That's the saying for years. You're either getting married or you're going into the grave, one of the two. But this book sounds really, really interesting. And for those of our listeners out there that do want to read it, again, you're on...
She's on Amazon, and the book's called Big Pharma, Big Agra, Big Conspiracy, and her name's Dina Ray.
Yep, that is the author.
I'm a big Twitter person. At Halo of the Damned is my Twitter handle. I'm on Facebook, Pinterest. I mean, I'm all over the internet.
Well, if you'd like, you can go to our Facebook page and go ahead and send me a link, and I'll go ahead and I'll get all of that up on our Facebook page for you, so we can get the fans out.
I'll also email you. I have an outstanding guest for you who is a national speaker about industrial hemp.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I love him already.
I will send you his info.
Yeah, certainly. Send me that, because I'd like to get him and some of the people that we deal with that are pro-cannabis on the line together and to go back and forth.
Well, hemp
Now-
alone is like a different subject.
Oh, yeah. Hemp and cannabis, two different
The
subjects.
fact that we have to import our hemp right now is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. It's crazy. When we were the leading exporter and grower, did you know that the U.S. government has a patent on cannabis?
No.
No, I did not know that.
You didn't? Yeah, oh yeah. Here, let me... And this is hilarious, because a lot of people don't know that. I'm going to Google just like this. U.S. government, MNT, patent on cannabis. And I didn't even have to go any further than U.S. patent, and it comes up as the second one. The patent number is US 6630507. Cannabinoids and antioxidants.
It should have been 420.
Yeah, right. That would have been cool. They should have named it 420. But it just goes to show about, how it has
The one guy who does it.
all the healing properties and stuff in it. And now back to Big Pharma and their involvement in a lot of things. And I'm not sure if you're, really up and on everything that's going on in the cannabis movement. Do you think that a company or an organization like Big Pharmacy should get involved in the medical cannabis industry?
Well, they sure, now that it's legal and they can make money on it, yeah, they definitely will try to get their mitts into that.
Do you think that they will, what's the word I'm looking for?
If there's
Steal it
money
from
to
us?
be made, I don't think these people have any souls.
No, you're right. They don't.
No corporation has a soul.
Most.
I guess the very nature is all about making the money. That's everybody's business plan, so you can't fault them for that.
Yeah, no, I know, right? There's no more compassionate business anymore. That's for sure. I just don't feel that they should get involved. I don't feel that we should let Big Tobacco get involved. It's just another one of the leading killers in America is tobacco.
I used to smoke, and I remember years ago, I quit many years ago, but before I quit, I got this thing in the mail to sign into some lawsuit against the government. I mean, why? I don't know. I bought the cigarettes knowing that they were bad for me and smoked them anyway, but that's besides the point. So I signed up for this class action lawsuit with the government, and I got a check from Big Tobacco for $350.
Wow.
And guess what? I was taxed on that. so when the government shook Big Tobacco down, they basically collected a third of the money through taxes for all of the people who got money from the class actions. This is the biggest shakedown in the world.
There you go, big conspiracy.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I think the problem is that, like they made cigarettes fire safety, so they had to add whatever chemical that was. They added the arsenic and the fiberglass and I don't even know what's in them, to tell you the truth, cyanide. When it was just tobacco and it was just people smoking, I think we were safer then.
Yeah, well.
I couldn't agree more with you. There's something. Why do they have to make it terrible for you? There was no need for that.
And that's part of the problem. They've had these Surgeon General warnings on the tobacco since it was safe, or relatively. It was just tobacco. It was just smoke in your lung. And let's face it, we've been smoking probably since caveman times.
Yeah.
And it's always been safe. Relatively. Now,
Dina, I just got your message on Google, and yes, I want you to call us. A little late, but
that's hilarious.
Sorry.
But that's like the company trying to make the money. I hear they add the fiberglass in there so it cuts your lungs. They add the cyanide so your lung bleeds. The ammonia so it opens up the hole. And that way the nicotine gets in there and gets us addicted. And all those things were done to make more money.
Through the government.
So now, when we see Surgeon General warning, we don't think nothing of it because, it didn't mean anything in the beginning. Not really.
And let's talk about that word, Surgeon General, okay? Another puppet, wouldn't you say?
Oh, oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, who are appointed to these jobs? The president. Who does he appoint? Any president. This one we got now, and all of the ones before him. Who do they appoint? They appoint people who contributed to their campaign. So
exactly. Back to the money game.
And if I was big pharma or big agro, I would. That's who I would go for. The Surgeon General. I got to buy one person in this country.
Yeah. He's right. You only, at that point, you only need to buy one person, because then you got the world in your hands.
It's crazy. I mean, most recently it comes to my back to Monsanto. Monsanto, for all of their GMO shenanigans and everything that we're not allowed to test and whatnot, they have a legislation last year. They call it the Monsanto Act, Monsanto Act of 2013, that Obama signed into legislation that basically keeps them immune from all lawsuits regarding GMO products.
Yeah.
So they cannot be sued.
Isn't that convenient?
Now, why are they protecting themselves from getting sued if the stuff's so healthy for you?
Because they know it's not.
Well, I want to get a surety bond now that I know they exist.
Yeah, right?
Just because I know somebody somewhere is going to have a problem with something I did at some time. It's just the nature of life.
So what else can you tell us about your book, Dina?
Well, it's I'm really into New World Order. I don't know if your listeners are familiar with New World Order, but it's this grand conspiracy that a lot of people, really think, oh, come on. But it's a grand conspiracy that there's an inner circle running things, and soon there will be no nations, there will be no boundaries, there will just be one government, and when the population gets too big, you will definitely be eliminated. And the inner circle is the one that's running things, and that's the name of the game. That's what these wars are really about. That's what our businesses are setting up across the globe. That's what our media basically is. It's a global enterprise. It's not.
Don't get me started. Yeah. Don't get me started on the media. They are so controlled, and the freedom of the press. There hasn't been freedom of press in years because the government controls the media. I'm a journalist, and nobody controls what I say or do. That's why the show is what it is. Talk shit, and that's what we plan on doing.
Well, thank God that we've got people like you guys, because pretty soon you guys are going to get harassed, and you're going to. I mean, if you believe in New World Order, pretty soon your show's not going to be cool.
Yeah,
you're going to get.
Yeah, we'll be classified a threat to national security or something like that. But I say, bring it on.
Pirate radio.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You will be considered a threat to the authority, and you will either be maybe something minor, like you'll get fined, maybe something major, you'll get shut off the air, but
or disappear entirely.
Yeah, deemed terrorists. Yeah. Even though we live here, it's our country.
Yep.
And I know that a lot of people laugh about that show, Doomsday Preppers. Okay, I know it's a little bit ridiculous that these people have, changed their entire life to go live on some farm in the middle of nowhere and whatever. But I'm just going to turn this around. What do you guys think? Maybe they're the smart ones. What do you guys think?
I believe that if you're not preparing yourself for something, then you are ignorant to the fact of the real world, and you are one of the brainwashed masses. And as I like to put it, through my little DJ console here, you have now become what I call sheep.
My plan's to go take over Disney. All goes to hell.
Joseph's going to live in the Magic Kingdom. Joseph wants to hang out with Cinderella and the magic, the